Here are 20 facts that sound fake, but are actually true. The wetapunga are very large insects, unique to New Zealand, which when fully grown can be heavier than a mouse or sparrow. There is a side effect of sleep deprivation called microsleep, in which a person will fall asleep for a few seconds or even a few minutes without realizing it. It's very dangerous and has actually contributed to a large amount of traffic accidents in other areas. A study done by the University of Adelaide in Australia discovered that Neanderthals would self-medicate to deal with pain. When they had pain, they would actually chew the bark of the poplar tree, which contains the painkiller salicylic acid, the active ingredient in aspirin. The largest known insect of all time was called the Meganeuropsis permiana, which looked like a dragonfly and had a body roughly 43 centimeters long with a wingspan of 68 centimeters long. Taco Bell sold 100 million Doritos Locos Tacos for the first 10 weeks after launch. To put that into perspective, it took McDonald's 18 years to sell the same amount of burgers. Yasuo Takamatsu, a Japanese man, began learning how to scuba dive in 2014 in order to find his wife's remains after she was swept away in the 2011 tsunami that hit Japan. The last time that he chatted to her, she told him, "Are you safe? I want to go home." And he wanted to fulfill that wish for her. If the population of China walked by you single file, the line would never end due to the rate of reproduction. The world's saltiest body of water, with a salinity level of over 40%, is the Don Juan Pond, located in the McMurdo Dry Valleys of Antarctica. It's so salty that its calcium chloride-rich waters rarely freeze. The children's book, Where the Wild Things Are, was originally titled Where the Wild Horses Are. However, author and illustrator Maurice Sendak ended up changing the name of it after he realized he had no idea how to draw horses. Our fingers don't contain any muscles to facilitate movement. Movement like flexing and curling our fingers is actually made possible by specific actions of the tendons, bones, and muscles that are found in the palm of our hands. Dogs love the herb anise, the same way that cats love catnip. In fact, anise is the scent on the artificial rabbit that is used in greyhound races to get the dogs to run. The Kurawai and Kambai people, indigenous tribes that live in southeastern Indonesia, live in homes that are atop of trees. They are usually built between 6 meters and 25 meters above the ground, but they can go as high as 50 meters. They build them that high to avoid some animal attacks from the jungle, the flood during the rainy season, and to be a postguard during conflict that may occur among tribes. Astronomers have discovered the largest known diamond in the universe is a star named Lucy. That is 10 trillion billion carats. This white dwarf has a carbon interior that crystallized as it cooled, which formed a giant diamond in the sky. Scientists couldn't resist naming it after the Beatles song, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Potatoes have almost all the nutrients that humans need to survive. To prove this, the executive director from the Washington State Potato Commission ate nothing but potatoes for 60 days and was just fine. In Scandinavia, the holly plant that we use as a decoration at Christmas time is known as the Christ thorn. It's supposed to represent the thorns that Jesus wore when he was crucified, and the berries are the drops of blood. In the 1980s, Robert L. Crandall, the head of American Airlines at the time, decided to remove a single olive from each salad served in first class on board every plane, and it saved the company $40,000 a year. There is a unique tree near Piedmont, Italy called the double tree of Casorzo. It is actually two trees in one, a cherry tree growing on top of a mulberry tree, with branches spreading over 5 meters long. What makes the double tree of Casorzo unique is that most epiphytes, which are plants growing non-parasitically on top of other plants, either are small in size or have a short lifespan due to lack of space and humus. However, this cherry tree is quite tall and healthy. On June 26, 1931, comparative psychologist Winthrop Niles Kellogg and his wife welcomed a new arrival home, not a human infant, but a baby chimpanzee. The couple planned to raise the chimp, Gua, alongside their own baby boy, Donald, to see if it caused the chimp to learn human behavior. They stopped the experiment after 9 months because their son actually started behaving more like the chimp. Niccolo Paganini, regarded by many people to be the greatest violin virtuoso of all time, was so good that in the early 1800s, people began to question if he had sold his soul to the devil for his talent. He was actually forced to publish his mother's letters to him in order to prove that he had human parents. Knowledge of silk production was thought to be very valuable, and the Chinese kept it a secret for over 3,000 years. In fact, it was so secret that anyone who revealed it was sentenced to death by imperial decrees. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I see you guys next time.